Kamie, I would say that's a hard way to win because it seemed like it was hard to get much going, to get into I don't know, a groove or rhythm, whatever. And they seem like they're a hard team to guard. And you know, your kid, and then you get Savannah Scott goes down and is in pain. And I mean, I could hear her when they moved her leg one way or another. I could hear her yelling, "Ouch!" And I know that is mentally just it drains somebody at that time. But as a player, as a coach, you got to say, okay, we've got X amount of time left, and we've got to finish this out and go from there. So I mean, you win it on the last second shot, 3-pointer that she said she felt like she got fouled, so that's why she wanted to put it up. She kind of sidestepped. But a great way to win, but boy, that's hard earned in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I think it's, if you lose that game, you're just gonna. It's that same old thing. That's how razor thin winning and losing is, and you'll just go back and and we will anyway, but dissect the film and go, and look at all the things that we didn't do well, and they're a hard matchup. There wasn't anything that we felt like we did that we were like, okay, let's go back to that because that worked so well.
Right.
So it was all just a hodgepodge of can we get anything or how do we get something? And I thought the way we started the game, it just got us in a really bad hole. I thought our energy was really bad. I thought we were sluggish. I thought we looked like the team that had traveled and had all that stuff going on. And I don't think we came ready to play. And clearly, being down 9, it's not insurmountable at halftime, but it was a gut check time, and and still they get a 13-point lead, but I just we didn't press per se to get steals, but just to change our tempo and to pick it up and to make them work a tiny bit harder. And when we did that, all of a sudden we got a few easier baskets and cuts at the rim and baskets at the rim, and we didn't get those from our post play, but we got them from just some guards cutting there. So I just thought that changed the momentum a little bit. And you get a stop at the end of regulation to go into overtime. I thought that was huge. I mean, Savannah Smith making the basket's huge, but she also guarded Brooks for the most of the game and did a great job on her. And and again, she was. I got on her pretty good. I didn't like how she was in the first half, but it just shows you that she's a kid that is so competitive and so tough and wants to win and wants the ball. And we asked her, I said, did you know you were one of 8 before you took that shot? And she's like, no. And that's why she makes those shots, because she wants it, she forgets it, and she knows she needs she wants the ball in her hands to make the play.
Yeah, once I got in here and started looking at more numbers, I should have brought in Crystal.
Crystal was awesome.
I mean, she gutted out and grinded out what she got. Had some big plays. And Kiana, at least one. Huh? You don't even have her for. Do you have her for a block?
Yeah,
4. My fault. 1, 2. I know that they played huge.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, you can tell me what the mood of your team is. Did they feel like, hey, it sounds corny, but it's not. We need to do something so we can cheer up this other little one over here who's got her leg in a splint and ice all over and, something to give her to think positive about.
Well, I obviously we don't know anything about Savannah Scott, but you just know what she's put into it and how much she wants to win, and obviously she had a great game as well.
Yeah.
But I think when someone goes down, I think you really find out about your other kids, and you mentioned Crystal, and for her to, okay, Crystal doesn't score, people sag off of Crystal. Oh, well, now Crystal looks around and goes, I got to do more, and that's what we're going to need from her. Like, that's just the reality. Her game and her role now changes to another area. Tiarna has to be better than she's been. Lex is going to have to be better. And that's when you got something special, not just as a player, but as a competitor. That's when you've got a kid that gets it. And I think Crystal really showed that she gets it. Savannah Smith, those kids, they played the game because they knew they had to make plays, and they made a bunch of plays and got us back in it. And that's just a sign of a really good competitive team.
Hypothetically, if Savannah Scott can't come back, does Tiarna get probably the bulk of the minutes?
I think so. I mean, we obviously Lex is a really great talent, so we
Right.
got to continue to get her there. It's just again, that was such a team that, you know, if you make mistakes defensively, you're going to put them at the line, and she did that a couple of times. But yeah, at this point, if you don't have Scotty, you got 8 other ones, and that's all you got. So you better find some minutes for everybody.
Yeah, Miss, you're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're down to 7 if she's out.
Well, we got Kirsten. Kirsten's there too. She didn't play tonight, but I'm glad I have. You know, again, and once you get into postseason, people don't play huge minutes and deep into their bench. So obviously 8 would be fine, but if you lose Scotty, you're losing a lot more than just points. You're losing leadership and toughness, and you're losing.
In my opinion, you're losing your best. The person I play 40 minutes every night.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's not going to leave anything out there. I mean, it's sad when, to think that I didn't even in my mind try to think how that happened. Obviously, she was doing one of her things where she sneaks in there to grab a rebound.
Right.
And I don't even know.
I think she kind of got tied up. She was going in for a layup, and they kind of, she just, her body turns a lot of different directions. So we'll just be hopeful. We'll get a picture of it Monday and hope for the best.
That's wrong.
I think a little bit.
I think Mom may have had the best comment I heard was, nice no call.
Yeah.
So,
It's a hard game probably to officiate.
Oh.
Two difficult teams.
it seemed like they play, I asked the girls, it seemed like they play downhill
Yeah.
in the way to get to the bucket. And you can talk about the way the one little gal seems to turn the ball over, maybe she did, but they weren't going to call it, so they did. And then all of a sudden, they get a quarter of a step on you, and it's just enough to put it up quick and get the little layup. They
That
play downhill.
and you can't help off. They have just enough shooters that if you come off of them, it's again, when you have that kind of quickness and that kind of ability going to the rim, it's and then shooters surrounding them. It's a hard matchup. So, but again, you say that and they had with 60-60 so defensively we held them to 21 points in the second half, which is I don't think anyone's probably done that this year. We played a lot better defensively. I really do look at this and go, we got to find ways to score the basketball. You can't live on 60 points at home.
No, you're right. Your magic number there was kind of 80 in it.
Yeah.
So it's,
Took us 5 extra just to get to 71.
Do you feel like you can take a deep breath because you are the one that now is a full as a game or game and a half up on everything?
I don't think so. I think Idaho too is
Idaho is tied with us coming in.
right, but they have 3 losses, so we're basically tied with them. It's still, to me, this is so hard because if we want like crazy to get a top 4 seed, and we're not there yet. It's not even about winning the league. It's just about let's make sure we're a top 4 seed. Let's give our chance, self our chance and not play the first day. And I don't even look at. Again, we had a lot of trouble with Portland State a year ago. Northern Arizona going up there is difficult. Southern is playing well. These teams, anyone can beat you. And certainly, if this just gives you an example, if you're not at your best, and people hold you to 60 points, you're beatable. So we've just got to figure out how we can manage if we with or without Savannah Scott, and we've got to show up a little bit sharper than the next time we play.
All right, I think I've got more than I need, so appreciate your time.